The Fastpitch Chat Show. Listen up if you want to know. Tips from expert guests and pros. A whole lot of info on everything softball. The Fastpitch Chat Show. Sponsored by softballjunk.com.
Hi everybody, it's Rob Cruz with Complete Game for Fastpitch TV. Today's question is, what are some good ideas about developing approaches for hitting the changeup? And that's one of my favorite topics, because I feel like the changeup is the pitch that's probably not the most effective, but probably the most feared by hitters. And a lot of times that fear of the changeup comes from coaches who instill that fear in hitters by telling them that they don't want them to swing at it, they want them to take it until they get 2 strikes and things like that. However, I'm going to give you some advice that it's probably something that most people won't want to say, but when I'm developing my hitters, I like to make sure that they're confident on hitting changeups, and I feel like the changeup oftentimes is a free home run or a free ball you can hit hard because it's such a slow pitch that you can really crush. But the key is proper swing mechanics and being able to stay back and separate that stride from the actual swing, which is something that I didn't want to get into in terms of swing. I wanted to get more into approach. If a player has that type of swing, that they can hit that changeup. So here's the deal. If we have a changeup pitcher who's probably going to throw 2 to 3 changeups within that bat, and we know it. We know she's going to throw 2 to 3 changeups within that bat. We have to be able to say to ourselves, I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to hit this changeup in this at bat, or I'm going to take this changeup and hit something else in this at bat. We have to make that decision before we get into the batter's box. So I like to make that decision while I'm in the on deck circle, or we'll discuss it before the game, how you want to focus on this first at bat, how you want to focus on the second at bat in terms of how you address or how you approach that changeup. So for example, if I decide I want to sit change, if I decide I want to commit to the changeup in this at bat, that means everything that's harder than the changeup, that means I'm automatically taking those pitches, because it's a lot more difficult to sit on something slow and then adjust to something harder. It's just very difficult to do that. So once we do that, we have to say to ourselves, I'm sitting on the changeup and I'm taking everything else that's harder. Now, once we say we're going to sit on the fastball and take the changeup, we can still adjust to the changeup if we wanted to, but sometimes that's not a good idea. It depends on the hitter and how good that hitter is at making that in-flight adjustment. So an in-flight adjustment is when the ball's already in flight and that player is making an adjustment at that particular moment. I also like to tell my hitters when they're hitting changeups with certain counts to create themselves what I call the changeup rules. So for example, we have changeup rules. We don't want to swing at changeups that are at the knees and lower, and we don't really want to swing at changeups that are really inside, because the inside changeups, we're probably going to hit those foul anyway. But with 2 strikes, we do have to swing at those changeups that are close, but we have a better chance of really being able to foul those balls off because they're so slow. We can really foul them off with more precision. The problem sometimes I see with hitters that hit changeups with 2 strikes is they end up hitting those changeups and putting them in play. So they hit a weak ground ball to second base or a weak ground ball to shortstop or what have you. So we want to try to make sure that we're able to control where we hit those foul balls. And that's something that you can work on in practice. You can do like arc softball drills and do some slow wiffle ball drills and create counts with your hitters and have them hit a ball foul. Just say, make sure you don't hit it fair. Just make sure you hit this ball foul. Secondly, if you're ahead in the count in a changeup situation, you want to make sure it's a ball you can drive and you can drive hard. But we don't want to swing at borderline pitches that we have to foul off. We want to take those pitches and we'll take our chances with the umpire's call. But I don't believe that hitters should just give up on the changeup. However, some hitters that don't have the ability mechanically to separate their stride from their swing, they probably should take changeups. But if you have those hitters that can really read a changeup really well and then have really good separation in their swing, then sometimes you really want to let those hitters fly. But you don't want to. I wouldn't want to create an inferiority complex within my hitters on that pitch when it's a pitch that's clearly hittable. My name is Rob Cruz with Complete Game, and this is Fastpitch TV.
Do you need a softball bat? Do you want to save $30? Softballjunk.com is offering an additional $30 discount off the price of all non-sale softball bats on their website. That's right, $30. So the next time you buy a bat, go to softballjunk.com and enter the code FPTV30 during checkout. And wham! You just put a cool $30 in your pocket. This show is a member of the Fastpitch TV network. See all of our shows and blogs at www.fastpitch.tv.